Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 198. In this episode, you're going to hear 3 reasons why Evelina Weary is so badass. In case you missed the last episode, Evelina is a financial advisor and director at Northwestern Mutual. We talked about investing 101, like different things investing and how women invest differently than men, and a lot of great details, the difference between a stock and a bond. So definitely check out that episode if you missed it. But if you're short on time and you just want the nitty gritty and want to hear 3 reasons why Evelina Weary is so badass, then definitely stay tuned for this episode. Before we get there, I wanted to talk to you for a minute. Did you know that my new book, From Broke to Badass, is on pre-sale on Amazon? Currently, the ebook is on pre-sale and the paperback and hardback will be on pre-sale soon. The book comes out April 25th. I am super excited. In case you don't know, this book has taken forever. It's probably been 4 years, maybe 3 years, 4 years, just way longer than I ever could have imagined. But here's what it's reminding me of. I always say it's so important to be consistent and persistent. And that's how you're going to reach your goals or the big things. That's how I paid off $106,000 in debt, is by being persistent and consistent and keep going after the goal. So I guess the same could be true for my book writing journey, right? It took some time, but I persisted and I consistently showed up and did the things necessary to get me to the end. So that's what I would love for your reminder to be today. Even if things aren't going as quickly as you want them to be, you are still a badass. Just keep showing up for yourself. Be persistent after the things that you want and show up consistently. Like if you can do something consistently every day, and you know what? Sometimes consistency isn't every day. Sometimes it's once a week or once a month, but just keep showing up for yourself for the things that you want to accomplish. So if you're interested in pre-ordering the book on Amazon, just head over to Amazon and type in From Broke to Badass, and yeah, I'd love for you to grab the book. I know that it's going to be a game changer. All right, with that, let's get to the episode. Welcome to Ordinary to Badass. Whether you're ordinary or badass, I am so glad you're here. Today, I'm going to share 3 reasons why Evelina Weary is so badass. The first reason why Evelina is so badass is because who she got to help her. The second reason is what she did after she lost her job opportunity. And the third reason is how she fought back against dyslexia. So let's dig into it. Okay, the first reason why Evelina Weary is a total badass is because she hired a life coach. She said she was just trying to prove herself. But now since she's hired a life coach, she's more comfortable with vocalizing who she is and vocalizing that she's a badass. She didn't always think of herself as a badass. Evelina said she's had a life coach for about 2 years, and that life coach is what she considers as the cornerstone of her transformation. She said that her life coach helped her trust herself and trust her voice, and then also to bring more joy into her life. And it helped her find life balance or work-life balance. So here's the thing. I know we've talked about this before and talked about how important having like mentors or people in your life that are cheerleaders for you and will build you up. But hiring a life coach, it could be hard, especially if you've never done it before, because it could seem like, well, the unknown is always scary, right? So what am I going to do? What am I going to say? What if I don't have anything to say? Well, guess what? The pressure is off of you. If you're hiring a life coach, the pressure's not on you to say anything. The pressure's on them. Like, yeah, you definitely want to interact and get something out of it. But as for like the nerves and the uneasiness because you don't know what you're going to say, that's not for you to worry about. That's for the life coach to worry about, like to have conversation starters. And if they've been doing it for a minute, they're probably a pro at it. They probably know the type of questions to ask to get a good response, right? Or to draw information out of you. You are a badass. And there is no reason to get in your own way. I mean, we all do it, right? We do it in little ways every day or all the time, but we don't always see it. So that's the beauty of having a life coach. They can see your badassery for what it is. And they can help you get out of your own way. Or when you come across stumbling blocks, they can help you, give you tips or tricks to move past it. Or to do something even though you are scared. And also, a life coach involves an investment on your part. You're gonna have to pay money to have a life coach. Maybe not for the first session, right? That could be a free first session. But usually you're gonna have to pay money. And like the old saying is, what you pay for, you pay attention to. So now I'm gonna ask you, could you use a life coach in your life? Or could you use a coach in your life? And in what area of your life? Is it for finances? Is it for spirituality? For finding joy? And then I want you to ask yourself, what's stopping you? What's stopping you or holding you back from finding that coach? And then examine that answer a little bit. See if it's true. See if it's not true. All right, let's move to the second reason why Evelina Weary is so badass. The second reason why Evelina Weary is so badass is for what she did after she lost her job opportunity. So Evelina had a job opportunity with a sales role, and she got a call on the last day of her corporate media job. And they said they're going to have to push back her start date until the end of the pandemic. For a lot of people, that would freak them the heck out. They would probably go begging to their current job. Like Evelina could have went begging to her corporate media job to keep her on board. To say, hey, I can't leave yet. Can you keep me here? I'm not ready to go. But she didn't do that. Evelina let it be her last day at work, knowing that come Monday morning, she would be unemployed. Well, as fate would have it, Monday morning, she got a job from her current employer, Northwestern Mutual, and they asked if she was looking for a position and if she would consider switching over to finance. If Evelina had done that, like if she had stayed at her job and begged them for her job back come Monday when she got that phone call, she probably would have felt too guilty or felt too bad to switch over to this new job at Northwestern Mutual, right? She never would have became a financial advisor. Or maybe she would have, but maybe it would have taken years. Because then if she had begged her job on Friday to keep her there, she probably would have felt bad changing her mind on Monday again, right? So sometimes it's like, trust the universe. Trust what the universe has in store for you. I know that that's so much easier said than done, but if you can do it, sometimes things just seem to flow, right? If you listen to that intuition or that nudge that you have that's telling you to do something, but you keep ignoring it. Sometimes opportunities can't open up until you follow that nudge. So what nudge do you have in your life? Do you have something in your gut or your intuition that's telling you something and you're ignoring it because you're scared? Now, I'm not blaming you if you're scared. It is so easy to get caught up in fear or being scared, but your intuition's telling you something for a reason. So I'm not suggesting that if you need to, or you're looking for a new job or want to do something different, that you have to quit your job today and hope for something good on Monday, right? But I am saying, like, start listening to those nudges that you have and take tiny steps towards the thing that you want to do. Like, say you want to be a financial advisor, but you're not in the position right now. So there's probably tiny steps that you can take. You might be able to start going to schooling or taking some of the testing to become a financial advisor. But you can do that while you're at the job you are, or the job you're in now, right? What tiny step can you take to move you closer to your dream job or your dream life? And so find the teeny tiny steps that your heart is nudging you towards, or you're getting like you just have a gut feeling that you should do something else. Take a teeny tiny step. It doesn't have to be anything huge. And I would even say imagine yourself in that other position. I'm using work here because that's what Evelina's situation was, but it can apply to anything. So visualize yourself in that new job position. Visualize yourself as a financial advisor or whatever it is you want to be. Or visualizing yourself being joyful every day, having just happiness and joy, right? Or being able to go ice skating every day or horse riding, whatever your thing is. Or having a farm, having a place to raise horses and be able to ride them. That could be something. It doesn't all have to be related to work. But then take like 5 minutes a day. And I would even accept 2 minutes. Do whatever you got to do, right? Just squeeze it in to like dream big, to visualize the things that you want. And it is amazing how that will be a game changer for you. Okay, the third reason why Evelina Weary is so badass is because how she fought back against dyslexia. Now, sometimes when you're diagnosed with a disease or a condition, or you're told you have, say, ADHD or whatever it is, a doctor tells you that you have something or you have a problem, quote unquote, then it's easy to like put your head in the sand and be like, forget it. I'm not doing anything else. Like, I'm done. Clearly, I can't do this. Or if you have ADHD, clearly I can't concentrate. That's not for me. That's for somebody else. And that's not what Evelina did. Evelina worked hard. She probably worked harder than everybody else. She said that in school, it was not easy for her. She always had to work so hard. And it would be easy to give up. But she didn't. And now she says that she's like known as the dyslexic financial advisor. On the surface, finances or numbers and dyslexia wouldn't go together, right? It seems like it would be a problem. But she said it's not. There are also a lot of computer programs that do stuff for her. And Evelina had mentioned, like, when she was going to school, it would take her 5 hours to do something that it would take other people 2 hours to do. And it brought about a different kind of work ethic. She used it in her favor instead of using it as something against her. She worked harder than everybody else. And while that's hard, she learned some work ethic from it, right? And you can apply that words are hard. She applied that work ethic in other areas of her life. What are you struggling with? What's hard for you? Are you giving up? Are you saying it's too hard? Somebody with your condition can't do it? Or are you buckling down? Like, fine, come on, universe. Dare me. Like, I challenge you. Let's do this. And buckle down and work harder. Or find a workaround. It doesn't even have to be working harder, right? It can be finding a workaround, doing it in the way that works for you. That way might not work for somebody else, but doing it in a way that works for you. And then with that comes confidence. Because if you're doing something that's hard, and say you have to study 5 hours when other people have to study 2 hours, but you get a good grade on a test, right? Then that's going to give you more confidence. Like, oh, I can do this. There was this hard thing, this big, crazy boulder in my way, and I moved past it, or I went around it. It did not stop me. And that, my friend, can give you badass confidence, and man, there's nothing better than that. Another thing Evelina did was she knocked out all of her investment exams within the first 4 months. And in under 2 years, she was promoted. How badass is that? How badass is it to be a dyslexic financial advisor and be rocking it? So whatever your thing is, whatever your hardship is, look at that and think of it on the other side. Like once you overcome that thing, or once you push past the hard part, and then think like, oh man, how badass is that going to feel when I overcome that thing? When I had this condition and I did it anyway. Nobody could stop me. So that's my challenge to you. We all have our own hardships. Yes, they're not exactly the same ones, but we all have hardships to deal with, or conditions or issues, right? And so what can you do to get around it? What can you do to push past it? Okay, just a quick recap. 3 reasons why Evelina Weary is so badass. Because who she got to help her, what she did after she lost a job opportunity, and how she fought back against dyslexia. So if you liked this episode or Evelina's episode, definitely take a screenshot, reach out on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass, and Evelina is at Evelina Weary, and her EVELINA WEARY. So reach out to us on the gram, take a screenshot of the episode, and tell us what your takeaway was. What did you learn? What did you implement? How did this impact your life? Are you going to start investing? So let us know on the gram. And with that, we'll end our show. To all the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, own it and get after it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass, and get the chance to be on a future Spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.